Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill, voted Houston's best burger. Come by any of the 5 Houston area Christian's Tailgate locations and enjoy never frozen ground beef on a toasted bun with fresh lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, and your choice of cheese. Your award-winning burger is then served with hand-cut fries or buttermilk battered onion rings. Each tailgate location is a large selection of draft beer and $3 shots. Come early for the game and stay late for karaoke. Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill with 5 Houston area locations.
With Houston Methodist Virtual Urgent Care, you can skip the drive and the waiting room and connect to our board-certified providers from your computer, tablet, or mobile phone. Virtual urgent care visits are available 24/7, no appointment needed, even on weekends and holidays. Now you can get the same trusted care you expect from Houston Methodist, wherever you are, whenever you need us.
To learn more, visit HoustonMethodist.org. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
The following is a presentation of the Rice Sports Network. From Learfield IMG College. On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield IMG College, welcome to Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider is presented by Christian's Tailgate, voted best burger in Houston. Carbach Brewing Company, crafted for serious fun. IBEW Local Union number 716. And by Houston Methodist, leading medicine. Now, here's the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
And welcome back to another edition of Rice Owls Insider. Our special guest is Rice head women's basketball coach Tina Langley. Coach, all things considered, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you and your family?
Oh, not too bad. Appreciate you asking. We have to start off there. Just what's this since we last interviewed, that pregame of the Marshall game and that Conference USA tournament opener, that seems like months ago, Coach. But how have you been doing, and how's the team been doing since then?
Doing well. All the young women are safe and healthy, and we continue to communicate with one another, and so feel very fortunate that we are all continuing to do well.
It was so bizarre how the season ended. I called the men's game the night before your game, and then you kind of saw what it was leading up to. So you're in the middle of your pregame warm-ups. I had just started my pregame show, so kind of walk us through how bizarre that was and just what you said to the team, as it was just such a unique scenario.
Sure. First of all, our administration had done a great job of just being in touch with me, the night before we were even talking. And I think we all knew there was a possibility that things could start happening quickly. And so, they made sure that we had all the information that we needed, and kind of helped us walk through the situation. We walked out onto the court expecting to play, excited to play. I think 7+ minutes on the clock. And, I saw people start walking out on the floor and speak to the officials. And then, Conference USA officials came over and gave me a hug and, told me that the tournament was canceled and that we would be the automatic qualifiers for the NCAA if the NCAA happened. And so just a surreal moment, how to tell the team, how to continue to progress from there. But we have a great group of young women, and they went back to the locker room and we talked about the season and all that they had accomplished and all the work that they had put in. And so, we tried to, celebrate what we had accomplished so far and everything that they had worked for, and had a good moment together.
Was it a more emotional ending for you, the staff, and the team because it was so abrupt? Because then you learn later that, of course, in fact, there was no NCAA tournament. Was that a little more tough, or is it one of those situations you have to get used to?
Well, I don't know if it ever got emotional for us because everything started happening so quickly and you completely understood why everything was happening. And so I think that you have, a sense of, reflection days later of, how quickly things ended, that you wouldn't be able to be together again, compete together again. And some of the, things that you're looking forward to trying to accomplish, we would no longer get that opportunity. But, quickly we knew after the, time in the locker room. All of our families got together. Everybody had flown in or driven in to be at the tournament. And we just had this incredible group of families in our program. And so we started walking around and talking with them about the possibility the NCAA wouldn't happen. And we had just great conversations because they're such an intelligent group of people and compassionate group of people. And so I thought they really just responded with great character. And, we all just continue to take the next step in front of us.
So a big milestone as we record this tomorrow. 5 years ago, you were hired at Rice. If my math's correct there. What does that mean to you? As I don't know if you're the type to reflect back and think about each year by year, but just what's that whole anniversary mean to you?
I have to say, it's not so much about that date as daily. I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to be a part of a university that even now is at the forefront of trying to help the nation and the world to be able to coach young women that, will be great leaders and, and really make a mark on the world in their future. And so, every day you come to work at Rice, it's a special place with a special group of people. And so I can't say that looking back makes me any more proud because I'm already so proud to be here and so grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this amazing university and our athletic department.
Stay tuned, more coming up with Coach Langley, and we'll have a special guest later on in this edition of Rice Owls Insider. Dr. Bishop from Houston Methodist will talk to us about telemedicine and what you need to be aware of in COVID-19 during this pandemic and how you can get help or your family can get help if you need it. But stay with us here on Rice Owls Insider. Back in a moment.
What do you do when you need safe, reliable church transportation? You go Win. Win Transportation is one of the largest group transportation providers in Texas, a leader in charters, shuttles, and special events of all sizes. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable church transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans. So, for safe, reliable church transportation, do like the Owls and go Win. Book at gowin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Hey, Papa John's here. Who wants a boring sandwich when you can have our new Papadillas at Papa John's? 4 exciting flavors, just $6 each. You're going to love it. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's, Houston.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, it's time to hire IBEW electricians. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
Beer needs baseball and baseball needs beer. Good thing Little Woodrow's has plenty of both. Right in the heart of Rice Village, relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that even college students can't refuse. With weekly trivias, bingo nights, and fun events, there's always something to do at your favorite local watering hole. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on all our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
At Smart Financial, we think your banking experience should feel like a home run. Since 1934, we have prided ourselves on providing hassle-free services with a game plan that focuses on people, not profits. If you live, work, or go to school at or around Rice University, text RICE to 276-278 to become a part of the winning team. That's RICE to 276-278. Smart Financial, proud sponsor of Rice Athletics, federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back to Rice Owls Insider and the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Welcome back to another special edition of Rice Owls Insider. I really like the way these have gone so far here in this, condensed version of the off-season for Coach Langley. We should forgot to mention the last segment, thanks to Christian's Tailgate for sponsoring these visits. Their takeout is available. I'll tell you more later on, but their Westview location, you call 832-925-7922. Christian's Tailgate, bringing us this edition of Rice Owls Insider. More with Coach Langley. In this segment, wanted to hit on more of the team-specific things you accomplished this past year. You won 20 or more games for a 4th straight season. You got that Conference USA winning streak up to 30 games. when you look back and when you and your staff look back, hey, we did this right. Hey, we can improve on this. What do you take back from this season as the highs?
Just I would say the opportunity to take a journey together that had a lot of things, kind of come our way that were adversity. We had a lot of injury. We had death, a couple of deaths close to our team and our family. We had emergency surgeries. We had just a lot of things that were, normally just one of them could really be difficult for a team to handle. And this team handled, adversity after adversity. And to watch the character of our young women, our staff, and the way we stayed together was really remarkable. I think that, just shows the type of people that we're fortunate to be surrounded with.
Like all athletes, I'm sure the team is itching to grab a ball and shoot, and that's just, in most cases, that's really hard to do. So how are you communicating with the team? And just, I guess kind of you have to turn psychologist and put them at ease because they can't work out like they usually do. So how do you try to kind of assure them during this tough time?
Well, I hope we just love them well. I think that this is a time that normally our team, we compete in our conference tournament and then postseason, and then, Rice, finishes up academically a little earlier than some universities in the spring. And so normally we don't work out this time of the year. We give them time to be students, to enjoy that college experience normally. And so we want to be careful that we don't jump back into basketball, that we are cognizant of, what each and every family may be going through. And so we've tried to, just provide them with information from some articles that we've seen that, kind of how to handle this from a mental aspect. And then, obviously movement things that, get them and their families up and moving and healthy. And so, I think we're just trying to love one another well.
One of the best players in school history, if not the best, Erica Gumake, is going to graduate and move on and obviously do great things in life and at the next level. But you're a lone senior, so now that you have had a few extra weeks to think about it, and I know we talked about this a few weeks ago, and you've answered this question 1,000 times probably, but just what did she mean to the program, and just how special of a person is she that we didn't always see because she's such a phenomenal player too?
Yeah, I would love to answer this question 1,000 times over because she is so special and has meant so much to our program. And so you can't thank someone enough that has poured into a program, to a community, to a university, the way that Erica has. And, she is just such a special young woman. We talk a lot about what makes leaders great. And I think what makes leaders really, really impactful is their consistency. And that means of character and of the way they show up every day and the way they handle adversity and, the consistency of her character, of her ability, of her work ethic, is just remarkable. She's such a powerful spirit. When she walks into the room, she comes in and we all know she lights it up because of who she is. And that consistent character is really remarkable.
One other highlight of the season I did want to get to, and I know we talked about it, you came on. We appreciate you coming on with Coach Para towards the tail end of the season and talking about this. But it could be a new audience, I want them to hear this because it was a special moment, how you reached 100 career wins faster than any coach in Rice history. And normally that's one of the highlights of the season, but that was more special for you. That it was February 22nd, that win at UAB. Your mom got to be there. Just from a personal side, I know you don't like talking about yourself a lot, but for you, is that the most special part of this season?
Well, first, it's a great honor for an entire team. It's always so interesting when they make things about a coach because, this program has come a long way because of the people that dedicated themselves, dedicated their lives, their time, poured their heart and soul into the program from, staff and coaches and players. The young women that committed to come here when, it was hard to see what we might become. And so those 100 wins, that's a team and program honor. And so that's remarkable. And so when we think back to that night, I had the opportunity to, play at in front of my parents, and our team competed at UAB. And I had not seen my mother since she started chemo, and she's been battling cancer. And so, first of all, it was just amazing to see her and my dad and all of our family. And, everyone shows up when you come to the hometown. And so that was neat. But, then when we won, I knew we wanted to celebrate a little bit as a team because it's a team accomplishment. And so she was able to go into the locker room, and that was a fun moment.
You have a lot coming back next year. You've set a great foundation. Talk about that talent base coming back, how you and the staff and the players that Erica and others that have come before her, you all have set a really good foundation. So talk about that foundation you have coming back next year.
Yeah, you talk about year in and year out, we've learned something about ourselves. This team has grown, program has grown each and every year. Players individually have made such great progress in all the work that they've put in, the staff's put in. And so, every year we continue to take another step, and I think we're learning more of what it takes to be the best program that we can be, and that daily discipline that is required to be, excellent. Not just the end of the season, but game in and game out. And so, we return an incredible team, a lot of talent, a lot of, high IQ. They've been in the system. We had 5 freshmen this year. They're going to be, obviously more seasoned. And so we understand our league. We know we're going to play a tough non-conference schedule. And I'm really excited to get together and start seeing, some of the things that we're going to be able to do working together. It's going to be a great group. I mean, very, very excited and have high expectations for them.
Hey, Coach, thanks for the time. Continued prayers. I know it's tough for everybody, but the way you handle things, everybody looks up to that. So be safe out there, and I can't wait to actually call another game of yours. That means that things are kind of getting back to normal. So be safe, and thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
And be safe to you. Thank you for all you do for us. We really appreciate you a lot.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Head Coach Tina Langley of our Rice Owls. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we'll hit on the medical side of things with things so serious out there, COVID-19 and the pandemic. Dr. Bishop from Houston Methodist joins us next here on Rice Owls Insider.
From the slightest bend to complex motions, your body is made to move. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our teams are using advanced technology and imaging to develop custom treatment plans, and our minimally invasive procedures can help you heal faster. We have the expertise to keep you moving because every movement matters. Find the care you need at 20 locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
The Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or need 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Big trip on the horizon? Before you depart, you gotta park. The parking spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking, and you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we even pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the parking spot. The Parking Spot, proud sponsor of Rice University. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
Beer needs baseball, and baseball needs beer. Good thing Little Woodrow's has plenty of both. Right in the heart of Rice Village, relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that even college students can't refuse. With weekly trivias, bingo nights, and fun events, there's always something to do at your favorite local watering hole. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated on all our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
You're listening to Rice Owls Insider. Let's rejoin JP Heath.
And welcome back on Rice Owls Insider. We have a very special guest to get to with all of these crazy COVID-19 and coronavirus times. We have Dr. Bishop. She is the medical director for Houston Methodist Virtual Care. And how appropriately, Dr. Bishop, we're meeting virtually. This will be kind of awkward in person.
Correct. Absolutely. It is really appropriate that we're doing a virtual interview for virtual urgent care, which has become so important in current times with coronavirus.
We so appreciate everything that Houston Methodist does with Rice. I've gotten to know a lot of the team doctors in the past, and good making your acquaintance now. But let's start off. We've heard the media warnings about COVID-19 and the symptoms, but just give it the basics and we'll kind of expand from there. What are the symptoms of COVID-19 that our viewers and listeners should take heed of?
Sure. Well, the most common symptoms are fever, which we describe clinically as a temperature of 100.4 or higher, measured by thermometer. Cough, which is typically dry, but we have seen some patients with a little bit of a wetter cough. And then for more severe disease, we're seeing a lot of breathing difficulties, shortness of breath, chest pain. And those were the initial symptoms we started noting, but we're now knowing that a lot of patients will present with muscle ache or headache. And there are also some very common gastrointestinal symptoms, mostly diarrhea, but also some nausea as well. One new symptom that we're kind of recognizing now is something called anosmia, which is the sudden loss of smell and or taste, which is been noted especially in younger patients, and sometimes that will be the initial symptom that is noted.
And what are we've heard so many different things, and obviously Dr. Fauci has gotten a lot of the main attention nationally in the press conferences, but the main thing people are concerned about is flattening the curve and stomping that guy down. But what are the tips for slowing the spread of COVID-19?
So the most, we know that COVID-19 is very infectious. So the most important things that we can do to what we call flatten the curve or decrease the intense spreading is really, as you've heard about, and Dr. Fauci has really been in the forefront, is social distancing, which would mean remaining at home as much as possible if you can. And if you're not an essential worker, we do recommend that you try and stay home. If you do need to go out, social distancing means staying at least 6 feet apart, because we know that is the kind of, if you're less than 6 feet from somebody for greater than 2 minutes, that will put you at higher risk for contracting the disease if they have it. Other very, very important things are, of course, washing your hands frequently and very well. Meaning, I know this has been out there plenty, but I don't think it hurts to reiterate that washing for 20 seconds with soap and warm water is very, very important. Other things that are very important are covering your cough, and what we mean is not the we mean the cough into your elbow, because what we want to do is minimize the touching of the face. And if you cough like this and then you touch your face or touch surfaces, you're also spreading the virus.
Okay. And if it does come to it, if one of us contracts COVID-19, what should I do? What should people do if they do think they have it? Because I know there are differing thoughts about, hey, there's not a high probability that actually have it when they get tested, but that doesn't mean that they obviously still shouldn't seek medical advice. So if somebody thinks they have it or does have it, what should they do?
So I think anyone who thinks they may have it, obviously, the first and foremost thing is stay home. Stay home, isolate yourself, and don't expose it to others while you're working out being able to assess whether or not you have it. Once you've kind of gotten home, stayed home, and then I would recommend consult with a medical professional, whether it be calling your primary care doctor or using our virtual urgent care or one of the other virtual urgent care services. You can speak with a physician, speak with a clinician, go over your situation, go over what your symptoms are, and then you can be directed as to whether or not you may or may not require testing, and what we would recommend as far as symptom-based treatment, because the treatment for coronavirus is predominantly symptom-based. 80% of those who will have the disease will most likely have what we call the mild course or mild symptomatology, which would mean that they would be able to stay and be treated with symptom-based therapies at home. That being said, if you have more severe symptoms, and that would be severe shortness of breath, inability to walk or move around without feeling very breathless, having sharp pain on inspiration, on deep inspiration, those would be more signs that you may have a coronavirus associated pneumonia. And in those cases, we would recommend you seek higher levels of care, most likely an emergency department, and we would advise you wear a mask on your way to the ED, although most of our EDs are now triaging right at the door if someone thinks they may have coronavirus.
I've got family near Dallas, and I pay attention to a lot of Dallas news and the statewide news from Governor Abbott. Watch those press conferences when I can. But as far as just in Houston and what you all are seeing, is Houston doing a pretty good job of flattening the curve, or is it like they say it's going to take 2 weeks before we find out how we're doing now?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously it is hard to tell. It's a little early. The models that they're using epidemiologically in our, and we were actually briefed by Dr. Boom about this just yesterday, the models are suggesting that we're going to probably peak here in Houston sometime the first week of May. So it'll be a little hard to tell until then. And, you know, in some ways, not seeing a huge peak is, you know, we don't know if it means we've truly flattened the curve or just the curve hasn't hit us yet. And that's something a little bit to be determined, and we a little bit of watch and wait, but I'm hoping that by the fact that Judge Hidalgo has made her stay home, work safe orders, and hoping that those who are following it, we will be able to do so. But it's really important that we are vigilant about following those instructions.
And finally, how can people in this virtual time, and you being a virtual director in telemedicine, how can people get telemedicine services through Houston Methodist?
Sure. So we have our virtual urgent care services, which are available 24/7. So at any time you can go to download through the App Store, either Google or Apple, and it's the My Methodist app. And when you open it up, there's a little icon that says virtual urgent care. If you click on virtual urgent care, a couple of steps just to register basic information. And I believe we're hitting with a $25 fee at this point, so comparable to most primary care co-pays. And you will be connected with one of our virtual urgent care clinicians and be able to see someone right away and be given direction as to how to proceed.
And this is just off the cuff. I just thought of this.
Sure.
There's so many other things we could talk about, but just how proud are you of others in your field that New York's getting a lot of attention, rightfully so, but just here in Texas and Houston, my gosh, you in the medical field deserve the biggest hands. And thank you for what you're doing, but how proud are you of your colleagues?
Thank you. I am exceedingly proud. I'm proud. I'm in much communication with my colleagues from medical school and residency who are throughout the country. I have one really good friend who's an ER physician in Los Angeles and others who are in New York. And we are really banding together, working cooperatively, not only the physicians, but nurses, respiratory therapists, all of our administrators. We've really banded together to unite against this illness. And I'm very, very proud of how we've responded and the results we've gotten and how much we've been able to accomplish in such a short period of time.
Well, keep up the great work. God bless
Thank
you.
you.
Prayers continued with you all. And Dr. Bishop, the medical director for Houston Methodist Virtual Care, keep up the great work. And
thank you so much.
We don't have to talk to you under these measures again, but just keep up the great work. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you.
Appreciate it. More on Rice Owls Insider coming up right after this.
What do you do when you need safe, reliable corporate transportation? You go Win. Win Transportation is one of the largest group transportation providers in Texas, a leader in charters, shuttles, and special events of all sizes. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable team transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans. So, for safe, reliable corporate transportation, do like the Owls and go Win. Book at gowin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Hey, Papa John's here. Who wants a boring sandwich when you can have our new Papadillas at Papa John's? 4 exciting flavors, just $6 each. You're going to love it. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's, Houston.
Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill, voted Houston's best burger. Come by any of the 5 Houston area Christian's Tailgate locations and enjoy never frozen ground beef on a toasted bun with fresh lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, and your choice of cheese. Your award-winning burger is then served with hand-cut fries or buttermilk battered onion rings. Each tailgate location is a large selection of draft beer and $3 shots. Come early for the game and stay late for karaoke. Christian's Tailgate Bar and Grill with 5 Houston area locations.
This refreshing message brought to you by Love Street Kolstyle Blonde. If you're in the mood for something new that's not really new and actually feels like it's been around the whole time, then take a trip down Love Street. This easy drinking anytime Kolstyle Blonde goes great with your favorite record and favorite people. It's a refreshing beer and a state of mind. But I'm just a voice on the radio. You should try it out for yourself. All you need is Love Street. Brewed with love in Houston, Texas at the Karbach Brewing Company.
At Smart Financial, we think your banking experience should feel like a home run. Since 1934, we have prided ourselves on providing hassle-free services with a game plan that focuses on people, not profits. If you live, work, or go to school at or around Rice University, text RICE to 276-278 to become a part of the winning team. That's RICE to 276-278. Smart Financial, proud sponsor of Rice Athletics, federally insured by the NCUA.
A big thanks to Dr. Bishop from Houston Methodist. And I mean, my gosh, I could have talked to her for hours, and that would not have been enough time to talk about our gratitude for her, the Houston Methodist, and the whole medical community for helping us out in these trying times. And I encourage you to take advantage of that telemedicine opportunity that she presented in that last segment as well. Also, big thanks to head women's basketball coach Tina Langley, who said it better than her. What a magical season that it was. Obviously ended in disappointment with not being able to fulfill their number one hopes and dreams. But if anybody could handle it better than Coach Langley. She has just been an amazing asset and just coming up on her 5-year anniversary of being hired by Dr. Joe Cargard. Really appreciate Christian's Tailgate for being our featured sponsor here for the special Rice Owls Insider. A reminder that they're also on the podcast version as well, not just with this pretty face before you here on the video side of things, but you can download where you get your favorite podcast. I want to thank Christian's Tailgate as well. Looking at the list, cheeseburgers, grilled shrimp salad, quesadillas, buffalo chicken wraps, fried pickles, wings. They've got White Claw 6-pack, 4-pack single-serve wine bottles, domestic singles as well. Takeout available at that West U location, and that's 832-925-7922. 832-925-7922. Appreciate Smart Financial Credit Union for supporting us all season and going back football season, this whole athletic year. But Smart Financial's game plan is simple: people before profits. Whether it's saving for retirement, finding your favorite car, or buying your dream home, we can help. Text RICE to 276-278 to find out how. Hope that this recording finds you and yours well. Please be safe out there. Wash your hands so we can see you out at another Rice Athletics event when that time comes. Have a great day, great night. God bless. Go Owls. And we'll talk to you next time on our next edition of Rice Owls Insider.
On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield IMG College, you've been listening to Rice Owls Insider. Today's show was presented by Christian's Tailgate, voted best burger in Houston. Karbach Brewing Company, crafted for serious fun. IBEW Local Union Number 716, and by Houston Methodist, leading medicine. The preceding has been a Learfield IMG College presentation on the Rice Sports Network.